Let's be honest, the fried chicken sandwich war never ended. It just got louder, crunchier, and way more competitive. Some chains went legendary. Others fell flat on their buns. We lined up 10 of the biggest contenders and tested everything, from spice and texture to nutrition and hormone impact.
Unbelievable.
And trust me, the sandwich sitting at number 1 is not the one most people expect. Let's begin. Number 10, Burger King Crispy Chicken Sandwich. Burger King's Crispy Chicken Sandwich starts off with a simple setup. A thin chicken fillet coated in light breading, tucked into a sesame seed bun with lettuce, tomato, and a mild herby mayo. On paper, it checks the basic boxes, but in practice, it feels more like a placeholder than a real contender in the fried chicken lineup. The patty has that uniform, pressed texture instead of the natural pull you get from whole chicken breast, and the breading rarely delivers a strong crunch. Most bites lean soft rather than crispy, and the vegetables tend to overpower the chicken because the fillet is so thin. Price-wise, it usually sits around $4 to $6, which is consistent with the national $4.50 to $8.50 range. Nutritionally, it mirrors most fast food chicken sandwiches, often landing in the 500 to 800 calorie range with 20 to 40 grams of fat and more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Enough to satisfy hunger, but definitely not the kind of meal anyone would call health-focused. For testosterone, it is very middle of the road. The chicken provides complete protein, which helps support hormone production, but the refined bun, heavy sodium load, and fried vegetable oils increase inflammation, and inflammation makes it harder for the body to maintain healthy testosterone balance. All of these factors together place the Burger King Crispy Chicken Sandwich at number 10 on our list. Number 9, Zaxby's Signature Sandwich. Zaxby's brings a loyal fan base to the chicken sandwich scene, and their signature sandwich has all the pieces you would expect from a Southern-style build. A large fried chicken breast, thick-cut pickles, a toasted bun, and their famous Zax sauce. On first bite, the fillet is hefty with a crunchy exterior and a juicy interior that feels closer to sit-down restaurant quality than fast food. The sauce adds tangy sweetness with peppery notes that many regulars swear by. But the sandwich also comes with a few issues. The fillet is so thick that some bites lose balance, leaving you with chicken and bread but very little sauce. The Zax sauce sometimes gets lost under the weight of the fillet, and the pickles, while fresh, do not always bring enough acidity to cut through the richness. The bun is soft, but can get squashed under the size of the chicken. Price usually falls around $6 to $6.50, comfortably inside the national $4.50 to $8.50 range. Nutritionally, it sits on the heavier side. Many Zaxby's fried chicken builds hover near 700 or more calories with high fat and sodium, making this an occasional treat rather than a daily choice. In terms of testosterone, the protein is helpful, but the high sodium and deep frying can push inflammation upward, which works against hormone balance. Delicious, but not particularly hormone-friendly. These strengths and weaknesses together place Zaxby's at number 9. Number 8, KFC Chicken Sandwich. KFC's chicken sandwich arrives with serious branding power behind it. After all, this is the chain built on fried chicken, so expectations start high. The sandwich features a thick, extra crispy fillet, buttery brioche-style bun, crinkle-cut pickles, and a simple mayo. Right away, the crunch stands out. KFC's breading is bold, seasoned, and unmistakably theirs, giving each bite a deep, savory punch that lighter sandwiches cannot replicate. Inside, the chicken is generally juicy, though some locations struggle with consistency. When it is fresh, the fillet delivers that classic KFC flavor, but on slower days, the breading can taste oily and the chicken slightly dry. The pickles add needed brightness, but the mayo feels almost too gentle for such a strongly seasoned fillet, leaving some bites richer than they need to be. Still, as a whole, the sandwich feels hefty and satisfying. Price usually sits around $5.99, right in the middle of the national range. Nutritionally, KFC leans heavy. Many servings push past 600 calories with 30 plus grams of fat and more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium, making it filling but far from light. For testosterone, the protein is useful, but the high sodium and frequent use of hydrogenated oils can work against hormone balance by increasing inflammation. A flavorful powerhouse just held back by uneven execution. Number 7. Wendy's Classic Chicken Sandwich. Wendy's Classic Chicken Sandwich takes a more balanced approach compared to heavier competitors. The build is straightforward: a seasoned chicken fillet, lettuce, tomato, pickles, and mayo on a toasted bun. What makes Wendy's stand out is how consistently tender their chicken tends to be. The fillet has a light crunch outside with a noticeably juicy interior, giving the sandwich a dependable quality that many fast food chains struggle to maintain. The toppings help too. The tomato and lettuce feel fresher than expected, and the pickles add a clean snap that brightens the mild seasoning on the chicken. The mayo ties everything together without overwhelming the flavor. But for some people, this balance can lean a bit too gentle. Wendy's keeps the seasoning subtle, so the sandwich may feel safe rather than memorable, especially next to chains known for bold spices or heavy crunch. Pricing usually falls around $5.49, a comfortable fit within the national range. Nutritionally, Wendy's Classic sits in the mid-tier, often near 490 calories with around 20 grams of fat and over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Not extreme, but not light either. For testosterone, the protein content is helpful, but the refined bun and sodium load create the same inflammatory push seen in most fast food sandwiches. It is enjoyable and reliable, just not a breakout star. Number 6. McDonald's Crispy Chicken Sandwich. McDonald's Crispy Chicken Sandwich arrives with a simple formula that works better than many expect. A lightly seasoned chicken fillet, crisp pickles, and a toasted potato bun create a clean, straightforward profile that feels intentionally minimalist. The fillet has a firmer bite than some competitors, with a thin, even breading that provides a gentle crunch rather than a heavy one. It is not the boldest sandwich on the list, but it is remarkably consistent, which is something McDonald's has always leaned on. The pickles do most of the lifting in terms of brightness, adding acidity that cuts through the mild chicken. The bun, slightly sweet and soft, helps create that familiar McDonald's comfort factor. The only drawback is that subtlety can drift into blandness when the fillet is slightly overcooked, leaving the sandwich more functional than exciting. Pricing usually stays around $5.29, keeping it solidly in the national range. Nutritionally, it often lands near 470 calories, with around 20 grams of fat and a little more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium. Manageable, but still very much in fast food territory. For testosterone, the protein supports hormone production, but like most fried options, the vegetable oils and sodium content encourage inflammation that works against optimal balance. Still, McDonald's manages to deliver a sandwich that satisfies without overcomplicating things. Number 5. Shake Shack Chicken Shack. Shake Shack's Chicken Shack brings a more upscale feel to the fast food chicken world. The sandwich features a hand-breaded chicken breast, crisp lettuce, pickles, and buttermilk herb mayo on a soft potato bun. Right away, the fillet stands out. It has a thicker, more natural shape with a crunchy exterior that feels closer to a chef-made chicken sandwich than a drive-through creation. The seasoning leans savory with subtle herbal notes that blend smoothly with the creamy mayo. The toppings give the sandwich a fresh lift. The lettuce stays crisp, the pickles bring acidity without overpowering the chicken, and the bun holds everything together without getting soggy. While the sandwich is undeniably flavorful, the herb mayo is rich enough that the build can feel heavy after a few bites. Some people love the creaminess, others prefer something sharper or more acidic to cut through the weight. Pricing usually sits around $7.75, on the higher end of the national range. Nutritionally, the Chicken Shack averages around 590 calories with more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium, making it indulgent but still manageable. compared to larger sandwiches. For testosterone, the high-quality protein is a plus, but the richer mayo and deep-fried coating adds saturated fat that can impact hormone balance when eaten frequently. Still, Shake Shack offers one of the most refined flavor experiences in the lineup. Number 4. Raising Cane's Chicken Sandwich Combo. Raising Cane's takes a different approach from most chains by using their signature chicken tenders instead of a single fillet. 3 thick, freshly fried tenders get layered onto a toasted bun with crisp lettuce and a generous drizzle of Cane's sauce. The result is a sandwich that feels rugged and satisfying, almost like someone stacked a full meal inside a bun. The tenders bring a shattering crunch with juicy chicken inside, and the familiar peppery sweetness of Cane's sauce ties everything together. Because the chicken is separated into tenders rather than one solid piece, every bite hits slightly differently. Some bites lean saucy, others lean crunchy, and the texture shift keeps the sandwich interesting. The only drawback is that it can slide around inside the bun, creating a bit of a balancing act while you eat it. Still, fans swear this is part of the charm. Pricing usually sits around $6.50, which fits neatly into the national range. Nutritionally, Cane's sandwich combo leans heavy, often approaching 780 calories, with plenty of fat and sodium. It is undeniably satisfying, but definitely something you enjoy on a day when you are ready for a splurge. When it comes to hormonal health, the protein here is solid, but the richer sauce and deep-fried batter shift the meal into more indulgent territory. Cane's delivers on flavor, though, and that is why the sandwich remains a favorite. Number 3. Dave's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Dave's Hot Chicken has built its entire identity on bold spice, and their chicken sandwich delivers exactly that. This one features a large Nashville-style hot chicken fillet, thick-cut pickles, a toasted bun, and a creamy slaw or sauce depending on location. The fillet is enormous, often spilling out of the bun, with a crust that crackles under your teeth before the heat kicks in. Dave's spice blends lean smoky, slightly sweet, and fiery enough to linger without overwhelming the flavor of the chicken itself. The slaw brings a cooling crunch that balances the heat, and the pickles add sharp acidity that cuts straight through the richness of the fried crust. The bun stays soft even under the weight of the fillet, giving the sandwich a sturdy, satisfying feel. The only drawback is that the heat level varies depending on the spice option you choose, so first-time customers sometimes go hotter than they intended. Price usually falls around $7.50, landing near the higher end of the national range. Nutritionally, this sandwich often reaches 700 to 800 calories, with high sodium and fat, which is expected from a Nashville-style build. For hormonal health, spicy foods can temporarily boost circulation and metabolism, but the heavy frying and sodium push this sandwich firmly into the indulgence category. Still, for pure flavor and texture, Dave's earns its place near the top. Number 2. Popeye's Classic Chicken Sandwich. Popeye's set off the original chicken sandwich craze, and their classic chicken sandwich still feels like the blueprint everyone else is chasing. The fillet is thick, craggy, and aggressively crispy, seasoned with that unmistakable Louisiana blend that brings warmth without relying purely on heat. The moment you bite in, you get a rush of crunch, followed by tender, juicy chicken that has far more flavor than you expect from fast food. The build is simple but perfectly calculated. Thick barrel-cured pickles add a tangy snap that slices through the richness of the crust. The mayo is smooth and slightly sweet, coating each bite without drowning it. And the brioche-style bun gives the sandwich a soft, buttery backdrop that makes the whole thing feel richer than its $5.99 price suggests. When everything hits right, the sandwich tastes like something crafted rather than assembled. Because the fillet is so large, some locations occasionally struggle with uniform cooking, and a few sandwiches come out slightly overbreaded. But even then, the flavor carries it. Popeyes also lands firmly in the indulgent category nutritionally, often hitting nearly 700 calories with over 40 grams of fat and a high sodium count. Still, the combination of crunch, seasoning, and pure satisfaction is hard to beat. It remains one of the most iconic chicken sandwiches ever put on a fast food menu. Number 1. Chick-fil-A Original Chicken Sandwich. Chick-fil-A's Original Chicken Sandwich is the one item in fast food that proves simplicity can outperform flash. No overload of toppings, no heavy sauces, no distractions, just a carefully seasoned chicken breast. Pressure cooked until the crust is lightly crisp and the inside stays tender in a way very few chains can replicate. One bite in, and the flavor immediately feels cleaner, warmer, and more deliberate than almost anything else in the category. The seasoning is subtle but unmistakable, with a touch of sweetness from the brine and a savory finish that pairs perfectly with the gentle crisp from peanut oil cooking. The buttered toasted bun plays its part quietly, adding warmth without stealing attention. And the pickles, just 2 of them, deliver a sharp burst of acidity that completes the flavor profile instead of competing with it. Nothing feels accidental. Every element lands exactly where it should. The price sits around $5.50, making it one of the strongest value offerings nationwide. And while it still carries fast food levels of sodium, it remains lighter than most fried chicken sandwiches, usually around 440 calories. Because the chicken is pressure cooked rather than deep fried, the sandwich avoids the greasy heaviness that drags others down, giving it a distinct edge in quality and balance. Clean flavor, consistent execution, and unmatched reliability. That is why Chick-fil-A earns the top spot. In all, the fried chicken sandwich scene in 2025 is more competitive than ever, and this ranking shows how small details can separate a good sandwich from a great one. So now the question is yours. Did your favorite sandwich make the cut? Or did we overlook a local champion that deserves more attention? Let us know in the comments which one you think should climb higher on the list. And if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more food rankings that separate the hype from the truth, make sure to like and subscribe. We have plenty more on the way, and you will not want to miss the next one.